All right, welcome back to our pregame show. Todd Morris with you here on the Bulldog Radio Network, and it's time to sit down with UMS-Wright head football coach Terry Curtis for our weekly pregame interview. And, Coach, I guess we got to go back, and seems like a long time ago, 2 weeks ago, and let's do a quick review of the Viger game, a 10-7 victory, and really turned out to be a defensive battle. I thought our defense played well, but Viger probably has one of the better defenses we're going to see.
Well, they got their secondary. They sit there and play man, and they're great athletes, and their front probably the best. Hopefully, we'll play all year long, and gave our guys some trouble, not just with their size, but with their athleticism, and they could go inside and get around blocks and do things and use their hands well, and our guys had a little bit of trouble with those guys. So, we were lucky enough to get out of there. It was kind of the way we had talked about the game being, and just trying to make sure that we didn't give them anything easy, and we was able to do that and tried to get field position with the kicking game, and the way it ended up, we ended up doing that. So the other parts of the game other than offense and defense really came into play, and we got the short field, was able to get the touchdown. Then we got the shank punt, was able to kick the field goal. So, it was kind of like we expected it to be.
And you were in position where you thought you needed to be in the fourth quarter to take advantage of it, and because really we were only one of 10 third down conversions for the game, so the offense was really struggling to get any momentum going or any rhythm going. But we were where we needed to be at the end of the game.
Well, we were, and it was it was a tough game. Running the ball, I think Cole ended up with 130 or 40 yards, but it was hard to get time to throw a lot of routes per se, and also it was a tough game, and that's kind of the way our season's going to be with the region and some of the other teams, Faith and Williamson, and now with 5 region games left to go.
Yep. So we have reached the halfway point of the season. We are 5-0. Give us your assessment of the team at this point. Are they where you thought you'd be? Are you better, worse? What are we working on?
I don't. You'd have probably told me before we started and watching us practice and all. I'm not sure I'd have told you if I was going to be honest with you. Yeah, the coach and proud of my kids and so forth. But I'm not sure if you say now you got to swear on a Bible or something like that. I'd have sworn on the Bible that we would be 5-0.
Yeah.
Coming with with them and T.R. Miller and then knowing we had Viger and Gulf Shores back to back, and they were going to have good teams. But we are where we are, and we're glad to be there. Probably a little lucky to be there, but that's part of the game too.
It is, definitely is. Well, what was the focus during the off week last week?
Well, it was back to the basics. We still having a lot of bad fits and people not lining up right defensively. So we had time to slow it down and talk through it again, and offensively, just doing a better job of keeping our head up and staying on our feet, blocking people.
Yeah.
We were on our knees a lot against Viger and so forth, and then we did a lot more offensively with our stuff. Not that we're gonna hopefully use it next few games, but we do know on down the road we're gonna have to. So we did a lot with Joe more on offense and Cole and some other guys in some situations at quarterback.
So we finished the season here with 5 straight region games. Kind of not the norm for us in the past. We've had a non-region game in there, but when you look at it, it's a play. Every one matters now. So you really have 5 straight playoff games leading up to the playoffs at the end of the season.
Well, it's like we talked about. I don't know if it was before the Viger game or whatever about being a big game. I'm still saying even now there's 5 teams.
Yeah.
Now it was 6 and BC Rain dropped a couple, and this week will tell a lot with those guys playing each other. But you've got 5 teams now with 1 loss or less.
Yep.
And so it's still a dogfight, and only 4 teams are going. So every game counts the same. It doesn't matter if it's Elberta, BC Rain, Central Nail. those are going to count just as much in the win column as Faith and Williamson, who we have left. So, it looks like it's going to go right down to the 11th week or 10th week, however you want to count it, as far as this region stuff.
All right, so let's talk about Elberta tonight. We're on the road, first of 3 straight road games. Talk about this Elberta team and playing on the road and what we have to do tonight.
Well, it's been a long time we've been on the road. And like I told them, our one road trip was about 2 miles. We could about walk there. So it's the first time we've got on the bus. We're going to dress over there. We're going to kind of make it like a real road trip. So really, it's our first one that we've done this kind of stuff. And Elberta struggles some. They're not a great team. But they have a great coaching staff. I'm sure they're going to be prepared. And, we can make their season. And we've got to go in there and make sure that we're ready to play and that we're ready to take care of business, because when you play guys like this, which you well know, Todd, the longer you let them hang around, the more confidence you give them. And then you're in a dogfight in the fourth quarter trying to win a football game on the road.
Yep. All right, we come off the off week. How are we health-wise?
Well, we're fine. We got some young kids. The Viger game, Mac McGinley tore an ACL on the first opening kickoff, and Trip Wagner has been operated on, and about the David Fillers in the I guess it was Guff Shore's game, or maybe LaFleur game. And but the guys who've been playing and so forth are healthy and ready to go.
All right. Sounds good, Coach. Thanks for joining us on the pregame show. We always look forward to hearing from you each and every week.
Thanks, Coach.
All right. Good luck tonight. Tonight, the Bulldogs hit the road this week for our first of 3 straight road games here in Elberta, Alabama. The 5-0 UMS-Wright Bulldogs and the 1-4 Elberta Warriors coming up in just a minute. So stick around. We'll be back with the opening kickoff right after this commercial break. You're listening to UMS-Wright Football here on Sports Talk 99.5 Mobile, an iHeart radio station.